Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Scumpy here today, bringing you another live commentary Call of Duty gameplay. So as you guys know, we are going to MLG Columbus this weekend. It's going to be a lot of freaking fun. There's 8 teams going. Basically, this is the end of Season 1. This is the wrap-up tournament of Season 1. So basically, if you don't follow competitive Call of Duty, there is a season, I would say, every two months a season will run. At the end of every season, there's a playoff. The top 8 teams, there's usually 12 teams in the season. The top 8 teams from the season advance to a Season 1 playoff, which is what we're playing in this weekend. And then the bottom 4 have to fight to get back into Season 1. Now, we ended up finishing the season with not too many losses. I can't remember our exact record, but I think that we won like 30... I think we went 38-6 or somewhere along those lines. We did very, very well, and hopefully the end of this season will be, wrapped up with a tournament win or a LAN tournament win with MLG Columbus. So I hope that you guys are rooting us on, cheering on the green wall, giving us the feedback, giving us the support, all the stuff that we love. Hope that you guys are on board for this weekend. But there's also another thing that I would like to talk about. So Nadeshot put out a video today expressing how we think, I also agree with him, that CTF should be taken out of a map rotation because of how fluky it is, of how bad the spawns are. It's not that great of a game type right now. Traditionally, I really enjoy CTF. CTF is one of my favorite game types ever. CTF, I've been playing it since Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. CTF is just a trademark Call of Duty game type. But in this game, the spawns are just too fluky and they're too favoring of the team that dies, because you spawn halfway up the map and you can just run to the other person's base. And CTF could easily be fixed if they just, fixed the spawn system and didn't allow the other team to spawn halfway up the map and instead in their base. Then things would be fine and things would be fixed. But that is really actually difficult to do whenever you already have set spawns and you have to find room on the map that you already made with those spawns to try to flip them. It just gets really messy. Now that we have some downtime here and I can actually think about what I'm saying and think about, what's coming out of my mouth. Uplink is very hard to have 2 in one series because Uplink just doesn't play the same. The pace of the game really dictates a series, and I think 2 hardpoints is acceptable because hardpoint, you can start a series with hardpoint. It's very fast, gets everyone's shots warmed up, everybody's into the series after the hardpoint. Then you move on to Uplink Map 3, it sort of slows down a little bit. Uplink can get very fast at times, but it slows down a little bit. Obviously, SND is in between there, but SND is, you have 1 life. It's not really that crazy. But then Uplink, it slows down a bit. It's like CTF. Like, Uplink is just the game type that you can only have 1 in each series because of how it plays. Hardpoint, on the other hand, there's so much variation and so many different things you can do. So many engagements that go down in Hardpoint that Hardpoint can be used twice, and it just wouldn't ever get stale, boring. It would just be great to watch all the time because of all the stuff you can do. But I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Do you guys think taking CTF out of the rotation would be a good idea? Do you guys think adding 2 hardpoints in there for the CTF would be better? Do you think adding 2 uplinks in there would be better? I'm curious to see what you guys have to say because obviously this is a community decision. And obviously going into champs, we want the absolute best game type variations that we can have in a series because we want, champs to be the most entertaining spectator/playing thing possible because it's Call of Duty Champs. Biggest tournament of the year, we want it to be completely polished off and fixed by that time. But let's talk about how I feel going into Columbus a little bit. We got the serious analytical stuff out of the way. Let's talk about how I feel going into MLG Columbus. So, MLG Columbus, we've been practicing a lot recently, and I'm really confident going into it. A lot of the teams there are teams that aren't going to be together for champs. I mean, the prize is $7,500. I want to go hard. I want to win that, obviously. $7,500, that's a lot of freaking money, and I'm trying to win. I want to win. I just want to win. I care less about the money. I would really just enjoy winning in this tournament. Because when you're sitting in the booth, you don't really think about how much money you're going to be making if you win the tournament. It's really, you want to win. Just for the sake of being a competitor, you want to win more than anything else. And then if you win, obviously the money is a perk, but you're not really worrying about that when you're playing. Maybe a little bit at COD Champs, because that's a lot of free money. But like I was saying, a lot of the teams that are going into MLG Columbus aren't on very good terms. A lot of the teams don't really like each other. I mean, some of the teams do. Obviously, we like our team. I'm not really going to name any teams in specifics, but there are teams that don't enjoy each other at the moment. They don't like playing with each other. And that's going to help us out a lot because we love our team And having that team chemistry is one of the most important things whenever you're in the booth in a stressful match. So my prediction, I think that we're going to place top 2. I'll be disappointed if we place anything outside of top 2. But obviously, you know, the teams that are there are still good. Anything can happen. We're still going to have to go in, play our best, play really well in SND. That's the kicker. I think we're going to have to play really, really well in SND, and if we can do that, then we should be alright. Like I was saying, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but if we can take an SND off of any team there, we shouldn't really lose a series, because we're extremely good at hardpoint, extremely good at CTF, and extremely good at uplink. The only game type that we're really shaky on sometimes and inconsistent with is definitely SND. But it's going to be a really good time. Obviously, I love tournaments. Tournaments are my favorite part about my job. I freaking love going to tournaments, competing, meeting people, playing, getting to see my friends. It's just a really, really good time, and tournaments are for sure my favorite part about, you know, being a competitive player / content producer. Now, you have to think that's where I started. That's where, you know, this whole YouTube thing wouldn't have been what I was doing if I wasn't a competitive Call of Duty player. This came from me competing. But the event is going to be awesome. It's in the MLG Arena, which is super, super cool. It's so nice for the players because it's just so well organized. We get lunch, we get to play, we have set match times. There's only 8 teams there, so it's not absolutely chaotic scheduling-wise. It's just going to be a really, really good time. MLG always does a really good job at these Season 1 playoffs at their arena. Obviously, moving a little bit forward, we have regionals and then champs coming up a little bit after that. Hopefully, we qualify for champs. That's, you know, the first goal. We have regionals in a couple of weeks after MLG Columbus Season 1 playoffs, and then we have champs a couple weeks after that. So it's going to get really, really busy here, guys. It's going to start to get really chaotic, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys tune in, support us, cheer us on. If you're not a fan of Optic Gaming, cheer on your team that you want to win, obviously. I hope you guys enjoy the event in total. But thanks for watching the video, guys. As always, this is your boy, Scump.